Hey guys, it's Amber Mealy with Behind the Alley, and I'm here with Flavio Ribeiro. He is from Brazil, and he has a really cool story. Carly Richardson's a barrel racer that's been to the NFR, and I fell in love with her tooled belt, and so I reached out to Flavio through Facebook, and I'm like, this is interesting. There is a story here. So Flavio, tell us about how you came to the U.S. and how this all got started for you.
I came here about almost 15 years ago to go to grad school. And I lived in California, Iowa, and then I made my way to Texas to go to school at Texas A&M, where I worked on my PhD there. And that's where I started doing the leather work. I had a friend of mine that loved to do these things, and then he came from Brazil for a wedding, took me to a store in Fort Worth. I bought a few tools, and I started doing that for fun. And then I finished my PhD, moved to East Texas, and then in 2009, Tuff Cooper asked me to make his belt, headstall, and spur strap for the finals, and that's when he won the NFR the first time,
Nice.
2009. And after that, Trevor called me and said that he wanted a belt also, and so I made the belt for Trevor, and he got the belt right after the summer run was over. And that year, every promotional picture that Trevor took, he held my belt on. And so when I get to the finals, all the covers, all the reps that I had at the Thomas & Mack, and from then on, it was when people started really, calling me and asking me to do these things. And then a few years later, I'm really good friends with Matt Reeves, and because Matt also is a fellow Aggie. And so I called Matt, and I wanted to sponsor him. And it was when he was riding Oat and Beamer, and so I made the headstalls for Oat and Beamer, and then he wore my patch at the finals. And then after that, the following year, I had Curtis Cassidy and Kate Swore.
Okay.
And then after that, I always wanted to sponsor and have a bear racer to use my stuff, because a lot of the bear racers they like the tack and they like, yeah. And so, but all the bear racers I knew, they all had a tack sponsor already.
Sure.
So it was kind of hard to do that. And so I went through the list of all the bear racers that made the finals 3 years ago, and then, Carly Richardson is from Pampa, and I have several friends from Pampa, and Matt Reeves is also from Pampa. And I said, I bet she's a cool girl, and I'm gonna contact her. So I sent her a message on Facebook, and she agreed to do the deal, and she's been wearing my stuff and using my patch ever since. And so it's really neat. And then this year I still have. Last year I had Carly, Caleb Smith, and Matt Reeves, and the year before I had Carly, Caleb, and Hunter Cure. And so Hunter and Matt, they still wearing my patch and they still using my stuff. We still do things with it, and so to me it's a lot of fun, because I don't rope good enough, and I have never had the opportunity to be a professional rodeo cowboy. And
Well, let me back up here,
Yeah.
because you haze for some top dogs in this industry. So
I just helped them a little bit. Yeah.
Well, so actually, I don't know if you're aware of this, but so I found out about your belt because I sent you a picture of a unique pair of boots that I have, and I'm like, I need this belt made, and so that's kind of how we met. And I really, truly didn't know the caliber in which I was meeting, and so it was very neat getting to see you like in the hospitality room, and then walking through, and all these big name cowboys are just, hey, how's it going? So it left me to ask you more questions, such as, rodeo. And you told me that you actually sell rope horses to Brazil, correct?
Yes.
Okay, tell us about that.
Yeah, so a few years ago, some of my friends in Brazil, they were looking to buy a stud here in the U.S. to take to Brazil, because the roping industry in Brazil is really big. And so I went to this roping, and I saw this stud, that he was a pretty famous stud. Actually, J.D. Yates won the super horse on him. His name is Popular Resort Figure, and they call him Pop-Tart. And so, then I saw him in a roping, and then Cody McCartney and Marty Miller were roping on him. And so these people came from Brazil. I made the connection, and then we sold Pop-Tart to Brazil. And he was the first super horse, the first horse that had the title Super Horse to enter Brazil, to go to Brazil.
Nice.
And then after that, I sold another one that is pretty famous in the U.S. His name is With All Probability.
Okay.
Brad Lund used to own him. His nickname is Ticket.
Okay.
And so I have a handful of customers and friends in Brazil that raise quarter horses. That when they're looking for a rope horse, they call me, and then I go and find. There's other guys that do that too, but I have, I do mostly of the rope horses that I send over there. So it's kind of a fun deal too. I have met several really good people in the industry. Has allowed me to, be in places and meet people that I wouldn't if it wasn't for this business.
Well, I'm so excited to get a belt from you, so I'm
Yeah.
happy to place that order,
Yeah.
and you were quick at responding. And what's funny is I asked you if you had a business page, and you said I like to keep it simple. So I'm going to show the patch here. So Flavio Ribeiro, he is a leather maker. If you are interested in a belt, spur straps, head stalls, or breast collars, you know who to contact, and we look forward to seeing you behind the alley.
Thank you, Amber.
You're welcome.